For this week's video, I thought I'd try something a little different. Rather than just showing you us sailing, I thought I'd show you where actually we sail in the world. What you see here is the Pacific Northwest, which is where we sail. This area, known as the Salish Sea, also is in a rain shadow. You've got the Olympic Mountains to the south, and you've got the Canadian Mountains on Vancouver Island to the north, and the wind is always either from the northwest or southwest, so we have a rain shadow effect that kind of keeps the rain, or a lot of it, out of the islands. That's both the Canadian islands and, most importantly, the U.S. San Juan Islands. These San Juan Islands actually have very dry topography. They almost look like eastern Washington because there's not a lot of underbrush. You even have prickly pear cactus on an area of Jones Island. So they are very definitely a dry area. Since western Washington receives rain probably 9 months of the year, the fact that you can go to the San Juan Islands and go sailing in relatively dry conditions is a real draw. That's why they're one of the most, I'd say the single most favorite destination for boaters in the Pacific Northwest. After the holidays, we're really anxious to get back up to the boat, check it out, maybe get it out on the water for just a day sail if nothing else. So even though it was freezing out, we decided to rendezvous at Saddlebag Island, which is right up here, and just give it a push. It was the end of January. It had been a couple of months at least since we'd been out on the boat. So we took off from Cap Sandy Marina, headed out the exit. There's a little, basically a dugout area that keeps it deep enough at low tide you can get boats through. And we actually managed to motor. We couldn't even get the sails up because there was no wind. We actually motored all the way up to Saddlebag Island, and that was kind of where we planned to just spend at least the afternoon, possibly the night.
Hello, Mr. Captain.
I better get closer because I'm sitting right over the engine. All right. All right.
Oh, hello, Mr. Captain. Your
Now.
crew is shipshape and setting the ugly bar.
You saying something about setting it high?
I'm setting it low. Yeah, the bar is high. It's
For
as
ugly.
high as it's getting.
Okay. Nice. I've got a black one of those at home.
No, you
With
don't.
no hood though.
No, this is
Well,
different.
it's a slick black thing.
This is different.
I
Yeah.
know it's different.
This is a thick one.
Hey, look who's out here today. Debbie and Lewis.
Why, it's love story.
Love story. How shocking. And they're on Channel 3.
Yeah.
We sailed over from Cap Sandy. This is January 30th. And the problem was we ran out of wind, but it looks like we'll have a little coming back. Oh, yeah. What do you think of that wind coming back, Cher?
Well, there's wind.
Because it's going to get dark. It is going to get dark.
Oh, I'm repeating.
We got a late start, but this time it wasn't us.
Look over there. There's some sort of a stripe thing. Are those solar panels on that pole?
Or it's some kind of a church. I'm guessing it's cell tower or something like that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Oh, my feet are starting to get cold. Now I have to put on my boots. Wait, the ugly bar. Going up more.
Actually, don't you think those tennies are pretty close to the
They
top
are
of the
pretty
ugly
bad.
bar?
They are. Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll take over the helm because you know
Okay.
you don't need boots. We're almost ready
I
to
know.
anchor.
I'm not going to grab my boots.
Actually, this is where we're headed. Right up there. We're almost there.
Got
We just-
crab pots in the way too.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, we're not that cold. I was just down below. It's fairly warm still.
As nice as it was to be on the water, the temperatures were well below freezing still, and as we were sitting at anchor enjoying some hot coffee, all roasty and toasty and bundled up, we decided to turn around and head back home to warmth and comfort and a nice warm fire. The last few winters here have been colder than usual as far as I could tell, and we've had a lot of snow. The snow off and on pretty much lasted from probably early February through to late March, and it was one of these winters that we just enjoyed ourselves just because we seldom get snow this deep. But it didn't last forever, and eventually the sun came back out. Once the weather warms up in the early spring, I like to take the bike out and run into the foothills just to see what the forest looks like. The Pacific Northwest forests are really amazing, especially in the spring with the new growth. A lot of lichen, pretty wet conditions. You've got a lot of the runoff from the mountains. Basically, though, it's one of those occasions that you can actually go out and really enjoy yourself in the woods. We packed up everything from our winter storage at the house and even included a pressure washer and took off to the boat. En route, we actually noticed that the tulips were blooming in the field, so we kind of did a slow drive by and spent a little while looking at the tulips before we finished up and headed up to the boat from there. There was a lot of pressure washing needed doing, and we wanted to kind of get everything taken care of before taking the boat out. First time out in the spring is a big deal for us, and we like to have the boat nice and clean ahead of time. The winter grime really needs to come off before we can enjoy ourselves on board. Before the first trip of the season, we like to run the engine up to temperature and make sure everything's running tip-top condition. We also make sure, obviously, that the top sides are all clean. We have to make sure that all of the lines on board are connected properly and run through the routes that they need to run through. We also check the standing rigging at the same time just to make sure it looks good. Hull is nice and clean. Sherry and I spent the night aboard last night. Quiet, comfortable, peaceful. What more do you want? What a difference 3 months can make. The weather is not only beautiful, but the boat is in top shape as far as being clean. Mechanically, it's flawless as well. Ready to lift off, although, lifting off is not probably...
I think what you're going to want to do this time maybe is just get on board and banter out.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too.
Backing her out of the slip, we're on our way to the next adventure.
Okay, here, I'll give you the video camera.